What's up, guys? Iron sharpens iron. Today we are going to be delving into how to pitch with Chris Sale. I know there's a lot of people out there that have Chris Sale. Some of them have said that they pitch really effectively with him. Some of you have said that you kind of struggle with him. So today we're going to look at how I like to pitch with Chris Sale and some of the tips that I think will help you. Okay, so today we are looking at how to pitch with Chris Sale. For me, one of the things that I always do is I change my camera angle with Sale especially to pitcher wide. Normally with a lefty I use pitcher zoom, but Sale drops down to the side, so I will go with pitcher wide, and I'll show you why. When you choose pitcher wide, you can actually see right down the barrel of where the plane is of how the ball is coming out of the hand. The reason why that's important is because you're able to see the break of the pitch. Like right here, I just chose a slider. I'm going to choose a changeup here. You can see it all from the perspective of where that ball is coming out of the hand. And that's a critical thing. So Sale has 4 pitches. He has the 2-seam fastball, the changeup, the slider, and the 4-seam fastball. Now, when I'm pitching with Sale, I will always try to go with the fastballs off of the outside corner to right-handed hitters. Now, the reason why is because it looks like it's going to be right on the outside corner until, especially with that 2-seam fastball, it breaks away. I do the same thing with the changeup, because those 2 pitches coming out of the hand look so similar. That 2-seam fastball coming out of the hand looks so similar to the changeup coming out of the hand. Now, you see here, I just chose the 2-seam fastball. One of the really nice things about Sale is that usually it has that tilt on it so that it really rides into lefties. Now, it looks like it's going to be a strike right on the inside corner until it breaks inside by about 2 or 3 inches. And it's just enough. Sometimes you even catch the corner like that. And it's just enough to where it will ride in on the bat and it'll break their bats. Now, let's talk about the 4-seam fastball. The 4-seam fastball is a relatively straight pitch. The only time that I will throw it with Sale is if I'm trying to go just above the zone, because it doesn't have that downward movement of the 2-seamer like this. And so that 4-seamer above the zone is effective, but you have to get it above the zone. Otherwise, I'm going to primarily use that 2-seam pitch because it has that late movement on it. And that's critical when you're trying to fool somebody into swinging at a pitch that you want them to swing at. So there's another reason why I try to stay on the outside corner with the fastballs, and that is because it helps the slider play better. The reason for that is that when I choose the slider, you can see that I can make it look like it's going to go on the outside corner. But when I throw it, it's actually going to break down below the zone. And that is really the effective way to throw that slider. Now, you can see there that the animation kind of got in the way. He might have wanted to swing at that. But because the animation got in the way, he wasn't able to. But if I throw this pitch, you can see I'm looking right down the angle of how this is going to come out of the hand. If I throw it the right way, see, it's a swing and a miss because it looks like it's that 2-seamer that's right on the corner. And now, if I back it up with that 2-seamer right on the corner, he can't hardly catch up on it. Now, the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to try to bury this slider inside. And the reason why is because the animations kick in. So even if he wanted to swing at that one right there, the computer automatically brushed him off the plate. Watch, I'll show it again. Okay, now I got a little bit lucky there. I didn't actually hit my spot. It went a little bit below the zone. But most of the time, for a right-handed batter, those animations are going to kick in if you try to bury in that slider. It's a little bit frustrating, but you just got to learn how to work with what the game is going to give you. Now that slider, I can do the same thing to lefties. I can make it look like it's going to be that fastball in the inside corner, but at the last minute, it just drops. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to make it look like it's a fastball on the outside part of the zone, but really it's a slider that's going to break down. He gets bad contact on it. I get the out. It's exactly what you want. So I would recommend with Sale, use the two-seam fastball very liberally. Use it as much as you can, but augment that two-seamer with the slider that looks like it's going to be on the outside corner, but then it dives at the last minute. And then every once in a while, throw in that changeup, because that changeup also has a pretty nasty break. And when they're trying to gear up on that two-seamer, it's going to be tough. Now, you may find that you have an opponent that is sitting off of those fastballs. Eventually, they get to a point to where they realize those fastballs aren't going to be able to be reached. So if you do get that, don't be afraid to throw that two-seamer inside right here, because it looks like it's going to be an inside fastball, and at the last minute, it's going to break in over the plate, and it'll freeze him. Now, I missed my spot there, but he was late because he didn't see it in time. We're going to show it one more time. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, almost. But that's exactly the type of pitch that we're looking to throw. And we got him. Got him on a routine ground out. No problem. And that is how you pitch effectively with Chris Sale.